In this video, we're going to show you how to install an EGR valve on your Ford Mustang located on the top side of your engine. You're going to locate your EGR valve right on the front side of your intake manifold. We're going to start by removing the vacuum hose to the top. You would just want to grab this and gently twist that and then start to pull it up. You don't want to bend it too much. These lines can tend to be fragile and they can crack. So be gentle and twist that up. Now ours is sticking a little bit from age. We're going to grab a pair of hose pliers here. I'm going to gently grab that and twist that. I'm going to pop that off like so. Now this nut right here, we're going to use a pair of large adjustable locking pliers on here. And loosen that. I'm going to spray this a little bit with some rust penetrant. Help that come out a little bit easier. All right, at this point here, the nut is out, the tube is loose. Now on either side here, it is bolted to the base using two 10mm nuts. I'm going to use our deep 10 and I'm going to go ahead and loosen and remove these two. Let's go ahead and remove those bolts. Now there is a gasket between the EGR and the base that it is bolted to. So you're going to watch for that. It may just fall out when you undo the second bolt here. Now our gasket is actually stuck to it, so that's good. You know, on this base right here, where the gasket mates up to, if you have any remnants of the gasket material, you want to go ahead and clean that off. You do not want to use a razor blade, anything sharp on this here. If you mark the aluminum or dent it or chip it or anything like that, you can cause leaks. So what we're going to do is, after our gasket has been gone, I'm going to use a block of wood that I know has a flat, smooth side with some light 400 grit sandpaper. And I want to go ahead and just lightly sand the surface . As you can see, I'm just smoothing out the surface here, removing any of the residual gasket material, preparing that for the new gasket. You're going to take your new gasket, line that up on the other side. I'm going to go ahead and thread our bolt in. Going to do the same on the other side here. Now what's happening here is actually the bolts are securing the gasket in place, so you can go ahead and install the component without risk of the gasket falling out. So we'll go ahead and thread those in. And once you have these in almost all the way, we'll go ahead and line this up onto the engine itself. So we'll go ahead and line this up. Get those bolts lined up there. Now what I'm going to do is, by hand, get these bolts started. This is going to prevent cross-threading into the engine. Once you have those started, we'll go ahead and put our ratchet on there. We'll go ahead and run those down. We'll snug them into position. Now once that bottoms out, just snug it gently. Doesn't have to be super tight. We just want to bottom those out. and snug gently. Now we're going to go ahead and install our tube here. What I'm going to do is spray this down with a little bit more penetrant here. Spin that, and then let's go ahead and thread this into the EGR. I want to snug that down. We do want to make sure that it's tight, but once that bottoms out, just give it a little bit more. Snug it down. Now these two 10mm bolts, when you torque them, they can go to 89 inch-pounds or 7.4 foot-pounds. Now if you have the ability to do so, the EGR tube gets tightened to 26 foot-pounds. Install the vacuum tube on the top. And once you're done with that, you're all set.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.